All right, how are we doing, everybody? Greg Scott Bailey here. Thought I'd do a quick little update video, and with it, I could show off a little bit of what we got going on Valheim here on our current playthrough of the Grind to Ashlands. This video, though, is specifically about an update on me, and we'll get to more Valheiming here in probably a week and a half. So basically, a couple different things have happened over the course of the last month now. To update everybody, I did end up quitting streaming, live streaming, doing my mostly Twitch, and then Kick and YouTube were added to the mix earlier this year as well. And I just kind of got to a state where I was just getting really burned out from the results of live streaming. It is a secondary job for me. It's not just something for fun. It is something that I do want to earn extra income with, and also start seeing a lot more. I'd have to say like results from doing it, and the results were not coming back for the amount of hours I was putting into it. So yeah, I just ended up kind of deciding like that's it. I quit. Well. Yeah, as you guys probably saw in my last video, I did end up kind of retracting on that, coming back and saying, okay, maybe not quit, but I do need to kind of reevaluate, because I do enjoy streaming. I do love talking to people while I'm playing video games, perhaps talking about movies and TV shows, things of that nature. Truth be told, I haven't really found like a good format to do the whole movie TV show thing, and with that, I think a lot of people have kind of not really been interested, but it is still something I want to do, and I just have to really find a format that works not only for me but for you folks to come in and make it all part of a group cooperative. I talk about movies, you guys talk about movies, we kind of have a good back and forth there. But what I have to do when I say I have to find a format is I have to find a way that you guys like how I'm presenting it, and then you guys can respond in kind. Part of that is probably going to be having something like stream elements, so you guys could do tips. I think it's stream elements that does it. I'll have to go back and look at it. But yeah, doing the stream elements tip, and then you get your question read when you tip in there, and then that helps support the channel and helps build up a format. John Campia does that on his YouTube channel, and it's something that works. The differences are that John Campia is somebody that's a lot more well in tune to the movie and television atmosphere than I am, but it's still it's a format, it's a possibility, it's something that we could probably do. So I'll look into that a little bit. But to go back to what I was starting with about me quitting live streaming, it has given me a chance to kind of spend a month retooling things, rethinking things through, and kind of figuring, what is it am I wanting to get out of all of this? And there's still some more work to do, but one of the things that I did is I put out some kind of questionnaire or posts asking for feedback, and not a lot of folks came back with feedback, and it's just unfortunate, but that's the way it is. If people want to chat with me, they can always message me in a variety of different ways. We got our folks that are on my Discord, and that's the opportunity to chime in and say what it is you'd like to see with the things I'm doing. So without a lot of feedback, I'm just basically going to go my own way and keep doing what I'm wanting to do, and just look at statistics and results that way. But I'm not saying that to be passive aggressive and and be like, you guys didn't say anything to me, so I'm not gonna be like that. But reason I say it is I do want to put out there that there is a continued open invitation if you guys want to. If you're part of my community and you want to help out and you would like to see more of something, please feel free to hit me up. Private message me if you can. We'll have a conversation, and we could discuss the ideas. Not all ideas are going to be accepted, but all ideas are appreciated because you guys are actually wanting to see some forward momentum with things that I'm trying to produce. So I'd certainly appreciate that kind of feedback if you have it, but without any recent feedback, the things that I'm gonna do here soon are gonna mostly be what I kind of sat down and decided I was gonna do, you know, as far as reformatting goes. Now, what is going to happen with the reformatting? Well, when I come back from my trip to Washington State, I leave tomorrow. When I come back from my trip to Washington State, I will be basically building two different channels. One's going to be this one that you're watching this YouTube video on, as well as the Greg Scott Bailey channels for Twitch and Kick. Those will still be active. However, they will be for my IRL streams, my in real life streams, or basically if I do talk about movies, TV shows, comic books, some of those topics. If I build up some kind of a show format where I do a live stream, that will be on all of the Greg Scott Bailey ones. The video games are going to be moved over to a second channel, and that is going to be fully announced with links to get to it, I believe, on Saturday, June 15th. You guys will see that channel up and ready, and we'll basically see who wants to help jumpstart us on that channel. I'm going to move all my gaming videos over there. That means that I will have to do some cleanup and get the Greg Scott Bailey YouTube channel reformatted and organized to just have my IRL stuff. So you'll see some differences there, and that is part of what's going to happen here on June 15th. Now, while I'm gone to Washington State, again, I leave tomorrow, come back it was the 12th or 13th, I believe. While I'm gone, I'm basically going to kind of just chill and enjoy some time with my kids. My oldest daughter is graduating high school, so there's a lot of personal time I want to spend with my kids, so we can go out and spend time with one another. I've moved to a different state, so the hard part there is that we haven't had a lot of time together. And so we're going to focus on that. But in the meantime, if I do end up doing anything related to a lot of the stuff I'm building here on that trip, most likely you're going to see in Discord and my Twitter, you're going to see photos and updates and anything like that while I'm on that trip. So if you're not following me already on Twitter, follow me at Greg Scott Bailey. I don't really care that they call it X, or that's on X.com anymore. I'm still going to call it Twitter. It's always going to be Twitter to me. I know a lot of us are kind of we're all still kind of pushing back on that, but that's either here or there. But yeah, so if you guys want to publicly follow me on my updates, that's where you can follow me there. There are a couple other methods that you can follow me on some updates. Patreon.com/Greg Scott Bailey also gets you to some updates as well. I'm going to start posting a lot of what I post on Twitter also on Patreon.com. You can follow me for free over there. You don't have to necessarily be basically a financial supporter. You could be a supporter that follows me on Patreon.com, and you will get some free updates over there. My social media updates, like I said, on Twitter, I'll probably copy and paste over on Patreon as well. However, if you are wanting to be a Discord member, that's where access to the Discord is for basically all the tier 1 and higher supporters on my Patreon. So if you're wanting to join the community and help out even further with that, that's much appreciated, and that's one way that you can do it. It's never expected, but it's always appreciated. You know, I'm not the only content creator that says that. You know, we all do really appreciate any level of support, and that's why I'll jump back to the feedback conversation. When you do present feedback to a creator, at least for me, I can speak for myself. It at least tells me what your interest is and whether or not what I'm trying to build can format around that. And maybe you do end up saying something I'm like on the fence about, and I'm like, oh, hey, there's another person that wants it, this particular thing, you know, for the content creator to do. So it's just something that you can chime in on and let me know. So Basically, what I'm getting at is there's a variety of different ways to support any kind of content creator. It's not always about financial support. A lot of people that do end up supporting for free by interacting with social media posts, retweeting, responding, chit chatting, just about, you see me talk about a movie and you like that movie. Hey, let's talk about it real quick on Twitter. Well, that gets traction, that gets visibility. People see a conversation happen and they want to join in. It's just really that simple. And so if you guys are willing to jump in on something like that, you're really going to be my street team. You're going to be the folks that are helping build the community that I'm wanting to continue to build here. What it really comes down to, much like anybody else that's in entertainment, I love movies, I love TV shows, I love video games, I love comic books, and I love talking to people who also love all these things, or maybe even just one out of all those things. It's really an enjoyable community and conversation when everybody can get together and talk about the things they really enjoy. I bring up about the things that they really enjoy because it's the internet. There are a lot of communities out there that do talk about negative things, that talk about what they don't like and why they hate something, and that's just not me. That's not really what I want. I want to talk about the things I do enjoy, and I want to talk about them with people that enjoy them as well. So if you're willing and you're able and you want to stick with me on this adventure, please do feel free to join in on the conversations when I start them, and I'd love to hear what you guys think about. On that particular note, one of the first things that I'm going to be doing here, and I was wanting to do it quite a while ago, is I'm starting with the original series of Star Trek. Now, technically, it's the remastered Paramount Plus versions. And a little asterisk to that, I don't know how long those are going to be there because Paramount right now is possibly up for sale. We've heard rumors that Sony might buy them, and then if Sony buys them, Sony doesn't really necessarily want a streaming service. They just want to make content and then sell it to the highest bidder. They're the arms dealer, I guess, in that situation. So there is a little bit concern on the horizon, a little bit of talks that if Sony does buy Paramount, that we could be seeing Paramount Plus go away. Now, I honestly think that means, I could watch Star Trek on probably something else that I have. I have all sorts of other streaming services. For the monthly subscriptions, I've got Netflix, I've got HBO Max, or, well, I guess it's just Max now. And, then there's Amazon for my purchased items. I have TV shows and I have movies and things of that nature. Oh, that's right. We got Seekers. I have to be careful because I didn't eat high-end foods here. Come on now. There we go. That's right. I get nighttime Seekers now that we defeated the Queen. But yeah, so with that kind of talk of Paramount Plus being sold and the conversations we've had over the past couple of years, I've been wanting to do another Star Trek rewatch, and there's a lot of Star Trek. Let's be honest, right? You're not just talking about the original series. You're talking about Next Generation. Oh, rewinding. You're talking about the animated series of the original series. But then you're talking about Next Generation, you're talking about Deep Space Nine, you're talking about Voyager, Enterprise, then on to Discovery, Prodigy, Lower Decks, Strange New Worlds. So we're really honestly doing awesome with the amount of quantity of Star Trek, and now those conversations can be a little bit torn too because not everybody's into all the different kinds of Star Treks. But what I would like to do is I'd like to see if I could start a rewatch of as much of it as I can. And that means going from the original series to the animated series to Next Generation. In between there, I'll rewatch the movies. I'm not too much of a purist when it comes to Star Trek, so I don't mind having remastered versions and whatever versions are currently available. I think for me, it's just about the overall conversations about what Star Trek was doing at that time. Was I able to watch it? Obviously not the 60s for me. I was born, you know, right at the beginning of the 80s, I'll say. So a lot of the stuff I've watched initially was on reruns. But yeah, so I'll start with The Cage. Paramount Plus has the Jeffrey Hunter, The Cage initial pilot, and then it moves on to I think The Man Trap, where No Man Has Gone Before, things of that nature. It moves on to the William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy original series after that, and I will basically do kind of a step by step. I'm hoping to do like a little bit of a slideshow with it, and I'll go kind of step by step talking over the plot and the story, but I'll be putting my commentary in there as well. Obviously, I can't just rebroadcast the video, but if I'm doing a slideshow and I'm doing a kind of a talk through and commentary, it should be part of fair use. So we'll see how that goes. But the Cage should be the first one out, and if all goes well, that should be out tomorrow. I'll have my first one, and then we'll go from there. But that'll be Star Trek, and mixed in between. I mean, we're talking a couple of years that it's going to take me to go through all those. But mixed in between, there will be other TV shows where if I'm feeling like I want to watch an episode of something, I'll watch an episode of something, and I'll probably do my slideshow and commentary on that as well. And we'll see how that goes when I watch a new movie. Perhaps I'll do something similar to that, or I'll just do a review if it's a brand new movie in the theaters. I'll try to do a whole review that way. So we'll see what we can pull off and accomplish. But all of that is going to start, like I say, tomorrow. That's June 4th. We're going to start with Star Trek, the original series, remastered on Paramount Plus. And so I hope to see you guys watch that video on my YouTube channel. And feel free to comment and let me know what you think about that format so we can adjust and make it accordingly. Let's get some better foods in us. There we go. Ooh, howdy. Look at this guy. Yep. That's what I get for doing stuff at night with low stamina. There we go. Okay, that was fun. Let's get some new foods in us. Just in time. You know my buddy Justin, just in case. His cousin Justin, just in time. Okay, last but not least, as I head on back to my home here in the game, you might notice a little bit of an audio change. I don't know. We'll see in post-production how my audio is here. But we had a fire in my apartment complex. Basically, one of the apartments above me and around me had a small fire, and a sprinkler system went off, and because of that my office got flooded. I lost several monitors and equipment, which also included my Elgato mic. The PC seems to be okay. I changed out some power supplies in some areas. Let the PC get a lot of fresh air, so to speak. And with that, I'm able to at least put this together here, and my editing software is working all right. So we've lost a little bit of the office. I've had to pull everything out of it and rearrange in my living room, but it could have been worse. I keep telling everybody that of all the equipment, I got the whole list here for the insurance company of all the things that I've lost. You know, it's like I at least have my life. You know, that I'm safe, everybody in the apartment complex is safe. You know, it's just an unfortunate water damage situation with the sprinkler systems. So but I wanted to give everybody a heads up that, like, one of the situations about me taking a little bit of a break from streaming also led to kind of a fortuitous moment where I've had to get ready to start ordering new equipment again, a new microphone for streaming, and maybe a couple more monitors again. And so once I get all that ordered up and delivered, it's going to make basically restarting everything here in a couple weeks a little bit rough, but I think we're going to manage okay. But that's just to catch everybody up to date that was following me after my announcement that that I had a water damage and my studio was destroyed. It's not as bad, but it's bad enough that I've had to get an itemized list of things for insurance. So, but yeah, I think that basically catches everybody up on the basics. I certainly appreciate you coming in, checking this out. It allows me to let you know what's going on while just doing some miscellaneous things here in Valheim in the meantime. So I look forward to coming back to streaming, but I also look forward to doing more video production as well. Post in the comments below. Let me know what else you guys are looking forward to. Let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear them. I appreciate you all stopping on by. As always, we'll see you on the next adventure. Alrighty. Bye-bye.